Hey everybody. Nobody's here right now, but when you're watching this, there will be. Let me know first of all if the reception is coming in good because I'm out of my garage. Late night. I'm going to be printing some shirts and I want you guys to keep me company. So I'll answer some questions and hang out with you guys while I'm doing this. How's it going, everybody? How's it going? I'm here with Indy. Indy the pup is right over here, walking around. You can't really see him because he's a little bit shorter. There he is, Indy the pup, hanging out with me. Can you guys hear me okay? Hi from Kansas City. All right, let me know if the reception starts to cut in and out because I don't like it when it does that. All right, cool. So right here I have my screen printer. This is where I make all of my shirts, including the one I'm wearing right now. I've made all my shirts since I started my channel. So I've been doing this for about 9 years. I bought my own screen printer. That way I can just make whatever I want. And if I get an order where I'm out of shirts, I come out here and I make one. So I'm going to Veg Fest Albany tomorrow, and I need to make shirts. So I should probably be in bed sleeping right now, but I have to make shirts. I always end up doing things at the last minute. We got Indy. Indy found a nice little comfortable spot. Usually I give him the blanket over there, but if he gets up, I'll give him his blanket. So let's see what we got here first. I have a box of blank shirts that I'm going to open right here. Let's see. It's hot out here in Syracuse, New York. It's actually hotter out here than it was when I was in LA. How do I consume B12? Well, I never had a problem getting B12. It was all through fortified foods that I ate through all these years. I went vegetarian 28 years ago, vegan almost 24 years ago, and I never took supplements. I got my blood taken last August. My B12 was fine. However, I started taking some B12 supplements in the form of a liquid. And I could go ahead and link it after the fact. Or if you check out some of my prior videos, I have it linked in there. Just to see if it makes any difference, if it makes me feel any different or anything like that. It really can't hurt with B12, at least B12. And I take it maybe once or twice a week. There's really no need if you got your B12. But I didn't really need B12. So I would consume things like fortified nut milks. Rice milk has been one of my favorites for a very long time. And more recently, the flax milk. And now the oat milk, the Oatly oat milk. So nutritional yeast, lots of things have, I mean, not lots and lots, but there are things out there that have B12. So as long as you're eating, nutritional yeast is great. I usually sprinkle on a lot of things actually, but you know, tofu scramble being. I made just a dish today in my pressure cooker Instant Pot, and it came out really good actually. Just throw a bunch of veggies in there with some brown rice and some quinoa. I'm gonna do a recipe video on it. So let's see what we're gonna make first over here. I have, let's see, 3 different designs that I'm going to make tonight. I have the vegan zombie design. I'm not doing this one right here. I'm going to do the Go Vegan because that seems to be popular, the Stranger Things Go Vegan. And the Ouija board for the animals, Goodbye Cruelty shirt. So, let's see what we got here. Oh my God, the YouTube house was awesome. Thank you. Yeah, we had a lot of fun filming that. And actually, I just uploaded my last day at YouTube house a couple hours ago. So go check that video out. Fun video. Does nutritional yeast naturally have B vitamins? No, it's not naturally. It's added after the fact. And it's not always 100% that you're going to get it through B12, but a lot of B12, a lot of nutritional yeast does have it. Did I say B12? Nutritional yeast. Okay, so let's see. I have over here, that is my flash heater. And let's do the white first. We're going to do the white. We're going to get messy. We're going to try not to get messy, actually. I always get messy, though. So I have some of my white mixed in this eat pastry container because it's perfect. Once you're done with that cookie dough, you can put your extra ink in there. And this is an eco-friendly plastisol. But I'm going to need a little bit extra. And where is my spatula? These spatulas are pretty good. You can use them for food, and you can also use them for screen printing. But I always make a mess. And sometimes I mess my shirts up because I get the ink on my hands, and then I pick up a brand new shirt and I get ink on it. And it's not something you can just wash off. So I try not to do that. You know, a lot of trial and error with this stuff. I taught myself, so I'm not a professional at this. It's not water-based. So I'll just make sure there's no other color on this because I can contaminate. If there's a little bit of red on it, it's going to turn pink. We don't want that. We want it to stay white. So I'll mix it up until it gets a little more pliable. And then we're going to put it right on the screen. We're going to put it on the Ouija board design. Put that like that. And a little bit more from the other container. Bam. Perfect. And so if I end up messing a shirt up, because I'm not perfect at this and I end up messing, I am a little bit better than I used to be, but if I mess a shirt up, I'll use that shirt for like a rag. I don't throw it away. And I don't know if I have one to show you, but yeah. Where do I get a shirt? I order online. It's been a few different places over the years. Lately, I've really been liking Bella Canvas. That's what I'm wearing right now. It's very soft. It's very comfortable. I like my shirts to be soft and comfortable, and it's fitted. I like it. So yeah, Bella Canvas, and it's like next level apparel for the hoodies. Now I have a very comfortable hoodies. These are shirt material hoodies, and I wear them often in the summer. Sometimes I'll just put it on under a shirt if it's a little chilly out, and then in the winter I'll just layer with them. So they're good all year long. Really like them. Let's see. Give Indy a good pat. Come here, Indy. Come here. Here he is. How you doing? You like hanging out with me out here? Yeah. All right, I got him a bowl of water over there too. Love my hair. Do you use any oils in it? Any tips for growing hair? I don't use oils. I did like for a little bit. I was using that argan oil, just a little bit of it, put it in the hair. I haven't really done anything really. Just I wash it maybe once or twice a week. Growing my hair. It took me 6 years to grow my hair this long. Before this, I had a buzz cut for most of my life. You can take, they say biotin works. I do have some biotin vitamins. But yeah, I don't know. Just don't deprive yourself of certain foods and vitamins and stuff like that. Just eat. I don't know. I grow my hair normal, I guess. I don't really have any tips and tricks other than that. He was on a strict diet at the time. Wait, am I missing something? Where Where do I get a shirt? Give India a pat. Let's see, here we go. I want a vegan zombie t-shirt. Well, here's where to get them. My website, theveganzombie.com, you go to the store and you can order shirts there. And if it says out of stock, back ordered, you order it and then I'll make it like that. So let's see. Australian. Yeah, so it was about 30 degrees Celsius today. Centigrade, Celsius. So yeah, it was about 86 here Fahrenheit. Pretty hot today. I had to turn the air on. I have posted pictures of me with my buzz cut on my Instagram, the Vegan Zombie Instagram account, and also my personal one. I probably posted one more recent on my personal one, Zombiegate, but I don't remember. I'll have to post another one sometime. But yeah, I had all kinds of different colored hairs when I was younger too. I had bleach blonde buzz cut, and this is before Eminem was a thing, so. Have I gotten used to my new restrictive diet? I kind of have. So the one thing, I should probably get a shirt going and I'll come right back. Let's get a shirt going here. So the one thing that really got, I'm okay without the oils and everything. The one thing that's really hard is having no salt. There's really no, I found there's really no real good substitute for salt, and you don't realize it until you take it out of your diet. That's the one thing. No matter how many spices I throw in there, I mean, I put everything in the food, and without salt, it's there's a weird blandness to everything, and it was killing me. I wasn't happy with this diet at all. And so I watched a video by Dr. Greger, and I found that miso does have a little bit of salt in it, but I guess studies show that the fermented soy and the whole form of unprocessed soy counteracts what the salt does. So he says he uses it in his diet, and I actually tried it today with what I made, and it is, I don't know if it's because I've been away from salt for so long, but just tasting a little bit of that was like amazing. So I'm totally good with the diet as long as I can do that. I don't really think salt is anything gonna affect my my problem or anything like that. I could probably eat salt and just take all the rest of the things out of the diet, but I have restricted salt in my diet for the past month. No salt brand tastes great. No salt brand. I did grab something yesterday, which was a salt alternative. I grabbed it, and it's like that. All the things in there were things that I was using in my. Okay, what do we got here? We got this is an extra large women's cut, so we need to make. This is a little bit of mist adhesive, so it sticks a little bit. Am I still coming through clear? No choppiness. Got Indy down here making sure no zombies come in the middle of the night. All right, now, and I just have to make sure that it's lined up right. So I got to pull this up a little bit. And right about there. All right, perfect. All right, now we are going to give it a try. Sometimes the first shirt doesn't really come out good, but hopefully this one will, because I really hate. Okay, we're gonna dry it over there, flash dry it, and then we'll give it one more. The window in my garage is so creepy. Yeah, this garage is not clean right now. And it's still from when I moved back in my house after tenants ruined it. So I apologize for this mess. I intend to clean it coming this summer. All right, cool. We're coming in good here. What about pink Himalayan salt? Yeah, they say all salt, reduce your intake of salt. So this is the Esselstyn diet. Caldwell Esselstyn is a expert doctor in, I think he was the one that helped invent the coronary bypass surgery. He's about 83 years old now, and he's got this restrictive diet that he's reversed a lot of heart disease and things in his patients. And I believe he's in Forks Over Knives in some of those those documentaries. But he says all whole foods, you can eat grains, you know, mostly greens and stuff like that, but stay away from oil, salt, sugar, white flour, yeah, just all the bad foods. Alright, so that shirt is the first shirt, came out good. Let's see, what else do we have here? Pink Himalayan. You can get Hawaiian salt. So why am I on this diet? I'm gonna do an entire video about that, why I'm on the diet. But I'm trying to rule out my diet being a cause of something from the last time I went and got my blood tested. I'm gonna do a whole video on it. I don't really, yeah, no flour. Well, no white flour. You could do whole wheat flour. I actually made one of the, I kind of like improvised in one of his recipes for waffles. I was getting very frustrated not being able to eat anything, so I made some waffles. So there's the first shirt, came out perfect. Okay, so waffles, I made, so he's got, the ingredients are garbanzo bean flour, banana, and water. And I'm like, well, this is gonna taste like crap, you know, and I did it up, and I posted a picture of it actually, and I don't think anybody realized that it was, they probably thought it was junk food, and what I was eating was completely healthy and part of the diet. All right, what do we got here? Let's see, extra large. I want to have one for each one, so got to go to a different thing. Here we go. I know it's probably confusing for me to say this and not tell you why, but I will do a video on it. And I'm gonna be honest, it sucks being at the YouTube house and going to eat, drink vegan and not be able to eat anything. I felt like a new vegan that didn't know what he was doing, you know? Like, what do I eat, you know, going out with a bunch of non-vegans, but that's kind of how it felt. Especially when we went out to dinner and stuff. I had to go to places that had something that I could eat. And that's even hard on this diet. Alright, shirt number 2. Let's see how this one comes out. Hopefully they all come out good. It's pretty hot in here too, my garage. I was thinking about opening it, but I don't want all the bugs to come in, you know? I don't want to get bit. Very, very healthy. See, people people like to criticize and say I eat very unhealthy because they see my channel and I'm, you know, doing taste tests and all this comfort food and stuff like that. But that's not how I eat on a daily basis. My muscles are getting larger in my arms. Well, I do work out. Just being on this diet, this is the other thing. I haven't done anything different. I still work out every day, just like I did before. But being on this diet, I've lost 13 pounds in 1 month. What are we on here? Smalls, larges. I bought one of each, and I'm lucky it came in time. And of course, I have to be up super early to drive to Albany, and I don't even know what time it is. It's probably pretty late. I'm gonna have to get up around, what, 6 maybe? 6 in the morning? All right, here's a medium. One more pass. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, I posted a video earlier today, about the last day at the YouTube house, the vegan YouTube house, which was really fun for the entire week we were there. We were there a little bit longer than a week. It's 1:30, 1:30. Oh, so it's not as late as I thought it was, but it's still pretty late. Can I repeat the diet I'm on? I'm on the Esselstyn diet. So if you look that up, it's just basically no oils, no salts, all whole foods, no white flour, no sugar. Oh, also no avocados, no nuts or seeds. That's the big thing, because I would make all kinds of dressings and stuff with cashews and stuff like that, and put avocados and everything, but took those out too. That guy, Brian Turner, is massive. Seems like such a nice guy. Brian Turner is such a nice dude. We hung out at the house. We went out to work out a couple times. I worked out with him. That was fun. I asked him all kinds of questions. I took a picture of you and my girlfriend at Eat Drink Vegan. Oh, cool. I gotta be in perfect health for my presidential run in 2020. That is correct. I'm definitely old enough. Let's see, what else do we got here? Nice trying to study. I loved watching the YouTube house. I'm new to being vegan. Well, congratulations. You are a super nice guy. Thanks. Thank you. Hello from Scotland. Scotland. In the YouTube house, naturally Stephanie was with us. She was from Scotland. All right, so see, this is how long it takes to make a shirt. Not too long, but when I'm trying to make a bunch of them for an event tomorrow, it's kind of long. And just knowing, like, I'll make a bunch of shirts, and then the ones that will sell will be the ones I didn't make, and then the next time I'll make those ones, and then they don't, and it's like, oh man. And it's people ask, well, why don't you just make everyone in every size? And you know, because I pay for it all up front out of my own pocket, and sometimes it's not that easy. Let's see. Extra small. This is an extra small in unisex. It's when I get to the really large ones, like 2X and stuff, that it starts getting hard to line up for some reason. I don't know why, but sometimes I'll print it and it'll be off. It'll be crooked or something, and it's like, do I waste it or do I put it in a bin for like a lot cheaper, because it's a I didn't want to give up avocado, but I have pretty good willpower because, hey, I was an eat, drink, vegan in front of all that food. People were handing me things and I was taking pictures of it and then reluctantly handing it off to other people because I couldn't eat it. It really sucked. Let's see. I'm on my little phone, so I'm sorry if I can't read everybody's name. The names are a little bit smaller, but let's see. I'm thinking about starting a vegan YouTube channel. Any tips? Well, know what you're gonna film and try to be unique and be consistent and appeal to your audience, but also do what you love. Because when you do what you love, it just shows. If like you're trying to do something that you think other people want to see, but you don't necessarily love it, then it's gonna show. When I started my channel, there were no vegan anything. There were no YouTube vegan anything, and I wanted to make a movie, and I wanted to get better at editing and stuff. So I'm like, I will start practicing on YouTube, and I'll make a cooking show where I'm practicing like editing skills for like zombie apocalypse, because the movie was, you know, a zombie movie. And in the meantime, I can do a cooking show. It'll be kind of funny and whatever, and I'll promote veganism in that way. So I'll share vegan recipes with people and just make like creative stuff like that. So that's how I started, because there were no vegan cooking shows or vegan anything, let alone when I started the channel. So I made something that didn't exist. I put it up there, and it just kind of grew from there. And I still, to this day, have never made the movie, which I want to make at some point. I better go check this shirt. I think that's good with one pass. What do you guys think? It's off the press. I can't put it back on. Once it's off, you can't put it back on. So that's it. It's off the press. What else do we have here? I got to remember what I have going on. I want to make at least one of everything. Medium. No, I need a large. And I also want to answer everybody's questions too. How long am I staying on the diet? Well, technically, I could go off it right now because I went and got my blood tested today. And that was the whole reason for doing it, was to see if anything changed when I went on this diet. So I could technically go off the diet right now. However, I haven't done so. There's something in my mind where I'm still like, I still need to eat this healthy stuff, and I'm not really craving any junk food. And I have a bunch of junk food at my house in my refrigerator, freezer, and boxes of stuff that I could do taste tests with and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. I'll have to find out. It's like I've been away from it for so long, and I'm not really, like I said, hold on 1 second. Let me come back. It's really hot over here. I mean, this is like a heater. How you doing, Andy? Like, out of everything that I've been craving, like, I was addicted to chocolate, especially like peanut butter cups. And I mean, I have a lot of that stuff here at the house, but I'm not really craving anything except for just putting some kind of salt in my food. And that's what I did today. I put miso in my food, and I was very satisfied with that. The next video that I'm gonna upload was my last day in California, which was a couple days ago. And I did a what I eat in a day in California. And basically, I'm showing what I eat on this diet in a day and what I eat that day. So I want to kind of just do a bunch of videos to show people, you know, what to eat, because to be honest, it's, you know, and I've been vegan for many, many years, and I've been in the kitchen, and like I consider myself like a chef and stuff like that. So it's been hard. It's been hard trying to make food that is, you know, satisfying without salt. So Jesse says, awesome, you print your own shirts. I can do like 5 color process out of Maui photo quality on Insta as Jez Maui B. I'm also on no oil, no avo, trying to get a 6-pack in a year of being vegan. Oh, and that will happen too. Just work out. I do, pull-ups are what has helped me do it. This is a 4-color press, but I found that I ruin shirts if I do anything over 1 color. So I just stick with 1 color. I used to do 2 or 3 colors, and it's just, I ruin too many shirts. Do I have white shirts? I have made white shirts, but they don't seem to really sell. I've tried different shirts over the years, and I just try to stick with what works. Oops. So, for instance, I have this. I did this for Halloween, and it's basically a Michael Myers, but it says Mikey doesn't carrot all, and he's holding a carrot. And so that would be close to white shirt, like an off-white. But I don't know. The white ones don't really sell. So, but the thing is if anybody contacts me, that you can always request something. Since I make my own shirts, all I have to do is order it, and I can make it right here, as you see what I'm doing right now. I have the blue ones. They didn't really sell too much either, so I just keep it with black because I have 3 different, well, I have 4 or 5 different designs, and they all work on a black shirt. So if I buy black shirts, I can use that on any design. Where did I buy my screen press? I bought it, it's the silver press, and I bought it from RioNet. It was about $1,100, and it's already paid for itself. I bought it back in 2009. I had a vision to do the vegan zombie thing, and I just went all out and started learning all the stuff. Let's see. Do I have high blood pressure or high cholesterol? My blood pressure, I just had that taken today, and it was like 100/60. It's very, very, very good blood pressure. I don't have any problem with my blood pressure, which I think the salt is not a problem at all. I could probably use the salt and not have a problem. My cholesterol, if you watch my video, so some people are saying it's high, some people are saying it's just right. If you look it up, it says it's near optimal, but a little bit high for a vegan. So that's the whole reason behind it, behind why I'm doing this. But it's nothing like out of control or anything crazy. But I'm doing this because I want to rule out my diet, because I was eating pretty healthy, and I work out and I run. I do cardio. So I'm kind of confused as to why this is like this. Some people say it's hereditary. Some people say hereditary has nothing to do with it at all. So all I know is that I eat really well, really good, and it's higher than I think it should be. Can you guys hear me from all the way back here? I don't know. I don't know if I'm just talking to myself. Doctors make me nervous. My blood pressure. Okay, so I haven't uploaded it yet, but I talked to Dr. Barnett, who is a vegan doctor. He did a presentation here in Syracuse. I filmed him. I think he's on the board. He's friends with like Esselstyn and all them. So he knows what he's doing, and I talked to him after his presentation. Love your shirt, thank you. Ouija is not a cool logo. It promotes evil if anyone is into the supernatural. I disagree with that, but it's not a Ouija. It's not a Ouija. It's in the font of a Ouija, but it says vegan for the animals, health, and earth. The vegan zombie, goodbye cruelty. So there's nothing about Ouija on it. It just kind of copies the design. But I get it. Some people don't like it. Some people don't like zombies either. But guess what? I've inspired so many people to go vegan over the years because of zombies, because of the whole theme of what I do. And sometimes I'll get, you know, some smart ass come up to me and like a veg fest and asking me like, why zombies and everything. I'm like, why not? I like zombies. I like to make it fun and entertaining. One of the coolest stories, I get stories all the time of like how my channel inspired people to go vegan, but one of the coolest ones I ever had was this lady contacted me and she said that I messed this one up. Darn it. She said that her son, she has 2 sons, and they were, I think one was in kindergarten and one was a tiny bit older, and the one had all these allergies, like tons of allergies, so she had him on a vegan diet, and he didn't like it. He was really upset about it. He said he couldn't eat anything, didn't like it, and then he saw our channel, and he loved it, and he was running around the house saying, I'm vegan, like that kind of thing, watching our like recipe videos and stuff, like with John and everything, and then all of a sudden he changed 180. He was so happy that he was vegan, and that made my day. Did the zombies take John? Kinda. I talked to him today. He's working like 12-hour days every day. I just ruined this last shirt, and it was one that I needed. Do another one. See, that's the problem. Once it gets really hot, it kind of sticks. I mean, I could probably still put it in like a bin of mistakes, but you know, that's all nice and everything, but I don't know if you can see this down at the corner. It kind of, for those of you that know about this, it's kind of blurry because I guess it's not that bad, but I'll probably do a discount on that shirt. I'll definitely do a discount on that shirt. Mango is my favorite. I should take niacin. What's happening from New Jersey? Hey, how's it going? If I post to YouTube, should I post to Instagram too? I do. I do everything I can to promote a video. Like when I put up a video, I'll promote it on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I'll just tell people that the new video is up. And what I do is I'll share the link to Facebook. And then, after a few days, after most everybody that's going to watch it sees my YouTube video, I'll take the video file and I'll directly upload it to Facebook too. For some reason, there's a lot of people on Facebook that don't see your YouTube videos, so, or they don't want to go over there to see them, so, you know. I think my most viewed video ever was on Facebook, and the corresponding video on YouTube, it got like just a minuscule amount of the views that the one on Facebook got. And it's kind of weird, you know, because sometimes it's vice versa. You never know, but it's always good to share it with everybody. Have I ever been to a Turkish prison? Come on, guys, I'm not Batman. I'm Spider-Man. Lillian watches the older videos. Thank you. I loved making those videos. Those were my creative side of what I loved doing. Hope I'll do more videos with this guy right there. Where's he doing? What's he doing? He's got stuff on him. He's taking a nap right now. He's tired. There'll be more videos with John. We've been doing taste tests together, and and he's willing to meet up and do some more recipe videos when he gets some time off of work. His work is very seasonal, so that will be coming up. He works a lot during this time, and then he gets like no work at all. So okay, so that one did the same thing. That means I have to clean it out. Put Craig in your video. Yeah, me and Craig have been doing tons of stuff. How did I meet Brian? Which Brian? I know a few Brians. There's the Black Metal Chef. There's Brian Turner. What camera do I use? Right now I'm on my iPhone, but I use a Canon 70D. I used to have the, well, I still have the XA10 camcorder. That's what I film my older videos with. And I have a second camera which I used to use, which is, no, scratch that. I gave that to my dad, the T2i. Let's see what else. Indy is tired. He's just laying on the floor. What is my favorite vegan? What is your favorite vegan over-the-counter product that you cannot live without? Over-the-counter product? I don't know. What camera? There's a lot of good ones. I would get one like, if you can afford it, I don't know what your price range is, but the Canon 70D is great. You can buy a lot cheaper ones like camcorders. It depends what you're using it for. If you're the 70D is great for, you can plug in an external audio. Audio is so important. You want good audio. I had the G7X, and a lot of people recommended that, but the audio on that is horrible. And the autofocus, which they say is awesome, it wasn't awesome. And when it did focus, you would hear it, and that wasn't good. And the autofocus on the 70D is amazing as well. The 80D is even better, but the 70D is almost as good for a little bit cheaper. Long hair Brian from LA. So the vegan black metal chef. I met him through the vegan cruise. We went on a vegan cruise together. I have videos of all of it if you want to check in the past. And we went to different places. That's where I met him. He actually was asked to be on the cruise, and they asked him if he thought anybody else would be good on the cruise, and he recommended us without even knowing us. And it turns out that we both went to the same school at the same time. And that was pretty cool. But I didn't know him. So this is what I'm talking about. This is like, what is this? This is like a 2X. Yeah, this is a 2X. These ones are a little trickier for some reason. If you don't get it just right, it comes out crooked and don't like it. So let's hope we don't mess this up. I have to have all sizes when I go to events like this. I wish I could only do one pass, because when you go down for the second one, there's a chance of ruining it. And this definitely needs a second pass. Screen printing with the vegan zombie. I meant have Craig do the zombie end of days acting. Well, Craig actually was going to film me doing it. Since I'm already in the videos, I might as well do more of those. Long hair Brian. Who takes care? Well, it all depends who takes, either a good friend of mine or my parents. How did I meet No Egg Craig? No Egg Craig lives in the same place I do. We both live in Syracuse, New York. I went to a restaurant that he was working at, and he's like, "Hey, Vegan Zombie, I watch your channel." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And we met up and we did a little video together. Greetings from the Netherlands. Hey, how's it going? I need to visit there someday. Will you ever do a tour, meet and greet? Please come to Irvine, LA. I was just in LA. I was just there. I just got back 2 days ago. Yeah, I know. Perfect. Thank you. I know. I realized it when I just did this one. I need to use more spray. And I was planning on doing it on the next shirt. Almost 2 a.m. in New York. Thanks for updating me. I got to get working on this. Looking good. Except for this one side right here is just... I wish I had a bigger monitor right here so I could bring my laptop out, but I don't think. Will you interview the vegan ET cake maker? I don't know. I don't think so. It's not. She made that specially for me. She doesn't normally do vegan cakes. Her sister is my good friend, and her sister is a longtime vegan like myself, so she had her sister specially make it for me. Yeah, I am on the West Coast time. I'm gonna regret that in the morning. Didn't I used to be a detective? I was, well, a long time ago, I was kind of a store detective, but I was a special investigator most recently. People don't believe me, but when I say that, like, yeah, I used to be a special investigator. I used to dress up in a suit and tie, and I worked in places all over the place, including the Pentagon and all kinds of places that I did all kinds of investigations. National security, that's what I did. And now I'm a full-time zombie. I grew my beard, grew my hair, and I don't have to dress in a suit and tie anymore. So that's what I used to do. And that's what pretty much supported the vegan zombie, because you need to make money to run something like what I do full time. Like, if I didn't make any money, I wouldn't exist. I wouldn't be able to do this full time. It's just, it started out as a hobby, as a passion, and then it got to the point where I was able to do it full time, which I love, because I was working my full-time job and then doing this on the side, full-time hours. Let's see if I did it. Yep, it worked. And I didn't screw it up. But I stuck with it, like, I stuck with it even when I was rock bottom, had no money anymore. I ended up quitting my job for, to pursue this full time, because this was my passion. This is what I wanted to do. I just made it work, and I love that I can do it. And there's a quote that says, oh, I don't need to make this one. I make money so I can make art. I don't make art so I can make money. So that's kind of how I see it. Like, I didn't do this to make money. I did this because I love it. And that's how I actually. For those of you that don't know the story of how I came up with the vegan zombie, stay tuned. I'll tell you. As soon as I figure out what size. I need to do 2 more designs here, remember. So I just need to make sure I have one of every one. Medium. Let's see. Let's do a medium. Okay. We will put this on. Thanks for reminding me. So it's kind of a longer story, but we have time, right? You guys want to hear it, or? By the way, when this video is done, I'm not going to make it public. I'm probably just going to make it available to Patreon. And the reason why is it's pretty long, and I already uploaded a video today. So I didn't want to do two. But anyways, so... Okay, so I'm seeing some yes, some yeses. How did that person know you were a detective? I've talked about it before. Okay, so when I was in my early 20s, this is a long time ago. This is before the internet. And I had to figure out what I was going to do. And I always loved directing and making films and stuff like that ever since I was a little kid. When I was 16 and I had a job and you know, everybody else was buying cars, I bought a camcorder. Because back then there was no cell phones, and you know, we have it so easy now. We have cameras on our phones. I had to go out and buy a camcorder. So yeah, when I was looking to go to college, that sucks. I weighed my options. I wanted to be a director, but you know, at the time, we didn't have what we have now. You couldn't like edit your videos on a computer or stuff like that. It was all like VCR to VCR, literally. And you know, I didn't know anybody in Hollywood, and I just kind of weighed my options, and I was like, all right, so I'm probably not gonna make a career out of this. So I'm gonna go for the next thing that I want to do. I wanted to be, and it's not like it was like, oh, it's second, like I guess I'll do this. I was really passionate about. I wanted to be a special agent in the FBI. I wanted to catch serial killers and violent criminals. I really worked hard on that. Like I went to school. I got the best grades I could. I kind of made myself like a recluse. I didn't really hang out with too many people. I just got the best grades I could, and I was learning things outside of school, like teaching my thing. I was reading fact finders and I was teaching myself French. I was just learning as much as I could to become qualified to become an FBI agent because it was so competitive. And I got my degree. And then I went out and I tried to get experience in work-related field. So basically, I became like a store detective, stuff like that. I did surveillance and stuff like that at different stores to try to get qualified to be able to apply for the FBI. And I gave it my all. People told me ever since I was a kid that you can do anything you put your mind to as long as you really want it. And I really wanted it. And I gave it 100%. And I applied to the FBI. I applied to every federal agency just to get work experience. I applied to the NSA, the CIA. I even applied to become a trooper. I couldn't be a trooper. I tried to be a police officer. Just anything to get qualified, stepping stone. And I got denied for all of them. And I'm like, what is going on? I got you know, the best grades and you know, I have a clean record. Like, what's going on? So I applied for the FBI, and I got called back to take the FBI written exam. And I had to drive out to Albany. And this is back, I had to print out MapQuest. This is before, you know, just Googling and putting it in your phone and taking you there. And it was hard to find. And when we got there, they're like, part of getting here was half the test because it was very hard to find. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I took the written test. And I got to tell you, it was the hardest test I ever took. I actually left really bummed out because I knew in my head that there's no way I passed. I failed that test. And a few weeks later, I got a letter in the mail from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And I was hesitant to open it because once I opened it, I would have known that I failed and all my dreams were gone. And I was, and I had been working on this for years. And I finally, a couple days after I got it, I opened it. I actually waited a couple days, I opened it, and to my surprise, I passed that test. I don't know how I passed it, but I passed it. And then I tried to go on to, because there's like 5 phases to get in the FBI for the application process, and they say it's harder to get in, it's more competitive than to get in the FBI than it is to get in like Harvard or something. So, but I kept up on it. Like I was very determined, and just the, you know, I just kept trying to get in, and they, you have to wait on the recruiters. You can't just like force yourself in. So time went on, and I became a special investigator with the other job. And I lived in Washington, D.C. And I thought that would be a great stepping stone. And I was working with all kinds of, you know, different people. And I even, like, to me, an FBI agent was like a celebrity. So like one day I actually interviewed an FBI agent, and I didn't know it. I had when I interview somebody, I have to ask, okay, so what's your job profession? I always, no matter what anybody tells me in this job, I always have to remain neutral and not, you know, I can't be judgmental no matter what they say, because that was part of my job. So if they said something really controversial or something I totally didn't agree with, I had to remain blank-faced and keep asking questions. So when I asked this person, like, you know, what is your job title? And he's like, Special Agent, FBI. In my mind, I'm like, holy crap, like, I want to ask you so many questions, but I had to be like, okay, and, you know, like, keep asking him questions. And I did ask him a few questions afterwards, which technically I'm not supposed to ask questions like that, but he was cool with it. He answered some of my questions, but, you know, he got in a lot. You know, he got in the 70s when it was way easier. And anyways, long story short, it's one of those things that I tell people when I do, like, I do presentations sometimes, and I tell people, like, sometimes, you know, people tell you can do anything you put your mind to, and sometimes that's not true, because I put 100% into doing this for 12 years. And I failed. And the reason I failed is not because I quit or I gave up. It's because I hit the age limit, and I didn't get hired before that time. And once I hit that birthday, it was over. And I was very bummed out, so bummed out. And I'm working my other job, which I only wanted it to be a stepping stone. But at that point, I had nowhere to go because there was nothing else I wanted to do. My dream job was over. So I started thinking, I was doing my job, and I realized it was April of 2009, and I was driving the back roads of New York, upstate New York, where I live. And I was way out in the country roads, you know, and I started, you know, like, just thinking about, like, this is what I'm going to do. I hate this job. This is what I'm going to do the rest of my life until I retire. And that's it. I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I'd be doing the work, and I wanted to pull my hair out of my head. That's how bad I hated it. It wasn't as cool as what you think. You know, sometimes it was fun interviewing people, but then going back and writing up reports all day, like, I didn't want to do that. So at that moment, I started thinking, like, what do I love? What am I passionate about? What can I get up every day and want to do. And immediately I'm like, I love making movies. And I particularly love the horror genre. And I've been vegan for half my life, so that just kind of is a no-brainer. So what can I do with movies, horror, and veganism? And I started thinking. Immediately, I came up with a scenario of a zombie apocalypse where the infection was through the meat and the dairy that the people ate, and the star of the show was a vegan. And immediately I was inspired, and I went home and I wrote an entire script. And I hate writing. I mean, I can be really creative when I want to be, but I hate writing. So I did it. I wrote an entire script. I came up with characters. I came up with a storyline. It was amazing. And then I'm like, I'm going to do this. You know what? I want to make this movie with my friends, but I want it to be real. I want it to be good. And I know it's going to be low budget, but I don't want it to be like a piece of crap. I want it to be quality. So I need to learn, what better to if you can't rely on anybody else, do it yourself. So I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to learn how to film like the pros, to edit like the pros. And I started teaching myself everything, tutorials. Like I would not waste any time, like any free time I had, I was working on, doing this. And so that's when I found like the best way to do this is just to go out and do it. So that's when I said, I'm going to make a YouTube show called The Vegan Zombie, where the main character is going to share vegan recipes and he's going to outrun and outsmart zombies. It's going to be awesome because there's nothing like this. There's no vegan cooking shows on YouTube at the time. So it's going to be one of the first of its kind, and I'm going to put it on YouTube, and I'm just going to promote veganism in a fun, entertaining way. So that's what I did, and then it kind of just took off, and the movie kind of went to the back burner, and I made a trailer for the movie back in like 2010. It's on the YouTube page. Just do Vegan Zombie, the movie. But I've come a long way since then, and we still haven't made the movie. Someday, when I get the right, people to do it with me and stuff like that, I will make this movie, and it will be fun. What shirts do I have left here? Let's do a small. So that's how the Vegan Zombie came about. Printed a small. Shortly after we made the channel, it kind of took off. Like, I was used to like making movies or making just like little videos with like my friends and family, and then showing it to my friends and family. And I had so much, it made me feel, so good showing, people the finished product of whenever I made a movie, like showing people like, and seeing the reaction, that made me feel good. So when I first uploaded the first episode of The Vegan Zombie, which we made stuffed shells and bruschetta, and we put it up, and I think like we got like 60 views, and I was like, oh my God, 60 people saw this, that's so cool. And then, so then we made another video, and like more people saw it, and I was like, oh my God, we got to keep doing it. And then eventually people were like, make a cookbook. And we're like, make a cookbook. So we're like, okay, well, I've never made a cookbook before, so I don't know the first thing behind it. So I talked to a friend who made cookbooks, and we did a Kickstarter. So we fan funded this, and I did not think for a second we would raise as much money as we needed. I'm like, this is a ridiculous amount of money to make a cookbook. And he's like, no, this is how much we need, because if you're doing a Kickstarter, you need that much money to get the cookbook out, to get, your illustrator, everything that you need, and to get all of the rewards out to everybody that supported you on Kickstarter. So I'm like, all right, well, if we put it up and it makes the money, I guess we're making a cookbook. I have a hard time believing we're going to get that much money, but if we do it, we'll make a cookbook. In 3 days, we made the money, and over the entire month, we made like 3 times what we were looking for. We made a better cookbook than we were originally going to do. And now the cookbook is in English, French, and German. So that's pretty cool. And it's got the other unique thing about it that's pretty fun is it's got that one is weird. It's got an illustrated comic at the beginning that tells the story of the vegan zombie. So that was pretty fun. So some of these, so I need to move on to, I think I have almost one of every shirt there. But those aren't the biggest sellers, so I think it's time to move on to vegan zombie, maybe? Let's see. I probably missed a lot of questions telling those stories, so I'm sorry. Hi, Julie. Thanks for catching me live. Utica. Wait, okay. Wait, I need to read this. If you wait a little bit after you flash to print again, you won't stick to the screen. Yeah, I don't really have time though. My uncle tried to get into the FBI after getting... My brother-in-law is going through the process of going in the FBI now. His brother is in the FBI. It doesn't really interest me anymore. I love what I do. I buy all my silk screening, my screen printing stuff from Ryonet. Would John still be the star of the Vegan Zombie movie? No, probably not. John doesn't really want to do that anymore. For some reason, we kind of changed roles. I never wanted to be in front of the camera. I was very I don't know, shy, and I was so nervous. I couldn't get in front of the camera. And John was the complete opposite. And now I don't mind it. And John has so much anxiety that it's hard for him to do that. Like, he won't go to any live events with me. I don't know what it is, but you know, he's cool doing like taste test videos and stuff like that. But I think what it was, you know, so many people were watching our videos. Like, we had hundreds of thousands of views, and it gave him anxiety. He'd wake up in the middle of the night and be like, all these people are watching me be an idiot on YouTube. And because he really thought that. And I'm like, no, you're great. But I think he let like the haters and the bad comments get to him, and he's become a recluse as far as that goes. Oh, I gotta get this. I forgot. Thanks for tips and advice doing this. Linda is there with her sister. Hey guys, how's it going? Let's see. 20 years in the biz, Jesse. Thank you. I don't claim to be like a professional. I just do one color because it's easy, and I print them myself with love and care. I try to do my best. But any advice is great. How do you... What? I can't even read that. Sorry, guys. How do you do where you buy the screen? It's Ryonet. Like, his name is Ryan. So Ryonet, Ryonet. And I buy all my supplies from him too. All right, if you guys need to go to bed, I understand it's pretty late. Do you plan to do recipe videos? I've done a ton of recipe videos, actually. Some of my most viewed videos are recipe videos, but yeah, I'm just trying to catch up on the videos that I filmed right now, and then recipe videos are always in the making. I just did one, the kidney one, because my friend had a kidney transplant, so we made a recipe which is delicious, but it's also kidney safe. He was on dialysis for a while, and then he got a kidney transplant. All right, I think it's time to move on over to Go Vegan. No, Vegan Zombie. Go Vegan will be last. So we got green. I'm going to get green all over me. So let's put this down. Indy? Boom. Boom. Okay, we got green. Green, green. All right, I have to make, I think I wrote it, oh, you know what? I wrote it down in the phone, which I'm on right now. Do I know Tori Washington? I do know Tori. I just saw him less than a week ago at Eat Drink Vegan. He's in my video. If you watch my video 2 or 3 videos ago, he's in it. I stayed with him once. You should promote your products more. I know, I really should. I never promote anything. I don't know. I always felt like I don't want to just push things in people's faces and stuff like that. But I do try to promote my book, at least at the end of every video. And my shirts are always in the link below, but maybe I should talk about it more. What's up? How are you doing? I'm doing great, Sean. Why did his kidneys fail? That was totally hereditary. He's got 2 cousins, and his grandpa died of kidney disease, and his one cousin already had a transplant, and the other one needs a transplant. He's had bad kidneys since he was a kid. Let's see. All right, here we go. We're gonna make, I need to make a couple hoodies. What did I need? This is on memory. I need a small, and I think a large. And then the rest I'm gonna do probably Go Vegan ones. People like those the best. So here's a large. Actually, I should probably do a shirt first, because if I screw a shirt up, it's a little bit less that I'm losing than if I screw a hoodie up. I hate screwing hoodies up because they cost way more money. Your beard is nice. Thank you. I was actually thinking about shaving it off tonight. I do plan on going to Monroeville next week, or whatever week, the week after next, for the 40th anniversary of George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. I was there last year, and I had an amazing time. He's like my favorite director. Don't shave. Okay, I don't know. I kind of wanna. Like, I shave, and then I let it grow back. So it's like, shave, let it grow back. And it's like, shave, I become a different person. I look completely different. And then grow it back slowly. Oh, it looks like we just sold something. If it was one of you guys, thank you very much. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do an extra large. So I made all these designs myself. I have some other designs that I have in mind that I want to do. Okay, this one has to go up a little bit more than the other one did. And I'll show you this design once I print it. I'll show you what I did. It's the Vegan Zombie Classic we'll do one more run of that because that needs one more. Green tea extract. If I remember that, I'll tell him. Who inspires me as a vegan? Who inspires me as a vegan? Honestly, I didn't have any inspiration going vegan because when I went vegan, I didn't really know anybody that was vegan, really. I went vegan in 1994 when it was pretty much unheard of. I kind of did it on my own. I came to the realization. I do have somebody that inspired me to go vegetarian back in 1990. And I was just a kid. I was 14. And he got me for... So that's a whole other story. Should I tell that one too? My story of going vegan. Does your merchandise ship worldwide? I will ship anywhere, but if you buy it on my website, it only goes to the United States. But if you contact me and we figure out how much shipping is and you pay the shipping, I will send that anywhere. Paul just ordered a book and a t-shirt. Thank you so much. The shipping address is wrong. Can I send you a correction through the contact link on your page? Yeah, just put all the, go to theveganzombie.com, go to the contact link, and just write me a note that you just bought it. And be very detailed in the note, who you are and everything, and I'll make sure to change that. Yes, I've shipped to New Zealand before. If you don't mind paying the shipping and stuff, then yeah, I don't mind sending it anywhere. It's just it gets pretty expensive. It gets pretty ridiculous. Story time. Yeah, this is story time with the Vegan Zombie. So I like these too. They go on pretty long, but this is a whole lot better than me standing here doing nothing but printing and waiting by myself. It's going kind of slow. I think I probably have another hour, and then it'll be, what, 3, and then I have 2 hours of sleep. This is not good. What was I thinking? See, I was editing a video earlier today, so I didn't really, I'm like, I need to get this video up, so I did the video first, and then I decided to do this. Man. Yeah, a lot of people, yeah, so somebody said they didn't know that I did my own shirt. So a lot of people, I should just say this, not many people make their own shirts. But I've made my own shirts since I started the website. No, he's actually asleep. You know what? I'm going to give him a little blanket. He's just staring at me. Here you go, Indy. Lay down. Lay down in your bed. There he goes. Lay down. Go to bed. There he goes. Oh, there he goes. Okay, so he's comfortable. What motivates me to work out every day for 3 years without skipping a day? Well, it's actually been almost 6 years that I have not missed a day. I don't know, there's just something about it where if I don't work out, I feel like it's just in my willpower. I've always been very determined. And for me, I want to stay in the best shape I can as I get older. So even if I don't work out all day and I'm about to go to sleep, I will do something before I go to sleep, because if I have a really, really busy day, I have a pull-up bar, and that's like one of my main workouts is pull-ups and push-ups, and then my dumbbells and then running. And recently, so if you see my older videos, I talk about how I never go to the gym. And that's because I don't like going to the gym like with other people, but I got a 3-month membership, and I started going to the gym, and I like it, and I like doing some other things besides what I normally do, the calisthenics that I normally do. So I think I might join a gym now, which is completely different than what I used to do. The vegan zombie, and if you can see right here, the eye is actually a zombie. He's holding, you can't really tell, he's holding a bunch of carrots. And you could also, oh no, this one's not. This is my new one. My old one, he was holding carrots. And if you look even closer, there's a little bunny right there. I try to put a little bunny in each of my designs. Well, it's not in my Go Vegan design because that's the Stranger Things one. But there is the vegan zombie one. The vegan YouTube house was awesome, and I just uploaded my last day at the vegan YouTube house probably 6 or 7 hours ago. So go check that video out too. Was I a fan of the show Unsolved Mysteries? I was when it first came out. My dad was actually an actor in it, and our family van was in it, so that was really fun. And this is way back in the day, probably like 89 or 90. Let's see, where are we? Do you think vegan beer would be a good contribution to the cause? I feel bad because it's an intoxicant. Okay, so I don't drink. I've never drank alcohol in my life. I've never tasted it. But anything that's vegan, I think is, you know, like people recreation, you know, people drink. My whole family does, and my brothers are vegan, and they use the app Barnivore to make sure all of their alcohol is vegan. I've never used it. I don't drink, but Barnivore, if you're wondering, will tell you everything that's vegan. I don't know if that answered your question. Exercise is like a drug. It gives you a bit of a high, and it makes you feel lame if you don't do it. Yeah, like if I don't do it, which I do it every day. And it was funny at the YouTube house. You know, I was with like, you know, some fitness people, and they didn't even want to work out every day. Well, maybe that's the routine, but for me, I wanted to work out every day. And when I'm traveling, if there's nothing I can do, I'll just get down and I'll start doing some like push-ups. I'll do a ton of push-ups. I found a place when we were hiking to do pull-ups. I did some pull-ups there, and you can always do some, like, you know, squats even if you're not holding anything. But did he go to California with you? GF so attached, but I bet Indy misses you. If he didn't come, he did not come with me. No, that he's a huge dog, and I need to put another shirt on the fire. Let's see. Well, time to try to make a hoodie, and hopefully I don't ruin it. Okay, this is a large. I need this. I sold one, so I have to send it out. So we will put an adhesive down. Are a lot of you on, like, not the East Coast, like a different coast where it's a little bit earlier? Because it's pretty late. It's pretty late right now. Oops, that was bad. Did I just ruin it? Okay, here we go. Oh, I don't like the looks of that. I feel like it's too hot. I hate when this happens. Okay. I've been a night owl most of my life, and even when I had to get up early, I just didn't feel right. I felt off getting up so early in the morning. I'm almost like sick. Like I wasn't hungry, no appetite. I love being creative and doing my work at night. Let's see. Paul met me at Eat Drink Vegan. Cool. Well, I make custom cloth tote bags. I used to do those. Maybe I'll bring them back. And I used to make aprons too. Let's see. Well, now I'm going to have to get tote bags. Vegan zombie tote bags. Okay, so this. See, I don't like what that did. Any experts out there still online? I can show you. I think it was too hot. So what do you do when it's too hot? You just have to stop? I don't normally do it this long. I usually print a few and then I'm done, but I need to print a ton. Yeah, I have to get up early too. Man, this sucks. What time is it? I don't have a clock on me. What time is it on the East Coast, I should say? I hear the birds out there chirping. So look at the middle. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like it burned a little. It's probably too hot, isn't it? It's 3:30? No. No. 3:30, that's too late. Tomorrow I'm going to the Albany Veg Fest, and it's a 2-hour drive. So I have to get up. I have to be there set up by like 9:30-ish. So that means I have to leave pretty early. We told some ghost stories when we were at the YouTube house on Brian Turner's podcast. I had some good ones. I mean, I have some good stories that I told. It was fun telling it though, because they got so spooked out and they were getting chills up their back and neck, and they seemed like so like, oh. It was fun. I like telling ghost stories. This is really hot right now, so maybe I need another plantain, whatever you call them. This thing that I'm putting the shirt on. All my experts are gone. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that doesn't, this isn't good. I hate spraying that stuff. Good night if you're going to sleep. Check out Mr. Nightmare here on YouTube. What do I think of Durian Rider and Freely? I don't know. I try to stay away from all the drama and stuff. Do I watch Vega animation cartoons? Oh, was I secretly laughing when everybody thought their phones were being I used to be really, I mean, I still am a little bit, but I used to be really into conspiracies and stuff like that. I probably would have freaked out back in, like, if that happened when I was trying to get in the FBI, but yeah, I didn't. I thought it was funny. I really don't have anything to hide. But back when I was trying to get in the FBI, what's going on here? It's not working. I'm ruining the shirt. What happened? This is not good. So I ruined that shirt. I ruined that hoodie. So I just lost. That's not good. When I was trying to get in the FBI, like I didn't like a super good, like nothing, like wouldn't hang out with anybody that was questionable or anything like that. And don't be offended. Do you dye your hair and beard? No, I do not dye my beard. I recently dyed a little bit up here because I didn't like the way the gray looked, but all this other hair is my real color. And my beard is my real color. I've never dyed my beard. That would be weird. I'd have to dye it probably, like, my beard grows fast, so I'd have to dye it probably, you know, at least once a week. Yeah, I don't have time for drama like that. I came here to make creative content and to, you know, promote veganism. As a longtime vegan, I thought I'd have something to share with other people. So, I don't know what's going on here. I think it burned into the screen. Are my experts gone? I think the thing's so hot that the ink actually burned into the screen, and this is not good because I gotta be somewhere in the morning. There's no saving that one. That'll go in the bargain bin. Any tips to rank YouTube videos higher? It's the algorithms are always so I never know what's going on. It's either hit or miss. Do you think we will live to see over 50% of the world? I think it's going mainstream. I think it's gone mainstream since I went vegan, and I think it's the only sustainable thing to do. I don't know. It depends. I hope I live that long. I don't know how old everybody else is, but am I married? No, I'm not married. I've never been married. Probably have to power wash the screen, clean it. I just sprayed some of that stuff in it. Hey Chris, why were you on the diet? You'll have to go back to the beginning of the video to watch. We already talked about that. Basically, I'm just trying to know for, you know, 100% if my diet is affecting me or if it's my genetics or whatever. All right, so I ruined this shirt. I took way too long making it too. It just doesn't look right. It's blurry. It really is blurry. I guess that'll go in the bargain bin. It's really hot. Super hot. And he's being a pup over here. Maybe I need to let it... Should I just get ice cubes and cool it down? Maybe that'll work. And then dry it off. I could do that, I guess. Is screen printing hard? It's not hard. You just gotta. I've learned so many things, you know, on my own just to like get it right. And as you just saw, I'm screwed up a couple shirts, and that's just because it's so hot right now. I've had it on for the entire time we've been doing this, so it's kind of like, so this would be one of my shirts that I used as a rag. I printed all over this shirt. Oh, we got some people that would rather have a messed up shirt printed by the Vegan Zombie. Bam, messed up. This is incredibly hot. And I think that's why it's doing that. I really need to, I have so many shirts to print. What should I do? Chris, don't wait till the last minute. Use a cool wet rag, ice cube, a cool wet rag. That's a great idea. Let's do that. I'll bring you guys in with me. Great idea, thank you. Wet rag, cool. We're in the Vegan Zombie kitchen. Got the wet rag. Let's go back out. Hi, Andy. There we go. Wow, it's making this super hot like an iron. Maybe I should just get like a pail of water to put this in. Oh, cooled it off. Do you and Ryan from Happy Healthy Vegan have beef? Why would you even think that? Did somebody say something? No, we're friends. Why? I remind you of Opie? Yeah, I watched that show. Come on, we gotta move. Go lay down in your bed. Come on. Go in your bed. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I like Sons of Anarchy. Ron Perlman just filmed some stuff out here in Syracuse. Am I in a relationship? No. Anyone that's going to bed, good night. Oh, Ryan's jealous of my man bun? I didn't know that. That explains everything. Wow, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I just saw him last week. What am I on now? Okay, so another hoodie. Let's see if I can ruin another hoodie. Okay, perfect. Small. We're doing it. What other stories? What other stories can I tell you guys? Story time. here we go. Man, Bun, Emmy, how tall are you? You look pretty tall. I'm 6 foot exactly. Storytime, first broken. Storytime, first broken heart. Really? Am I a minimalist? I really wish I was, but I'm a pack rat. I like keep everything since I was a little kid. But that's like a whole other thing. Like, I love to look back. Like I can bring myself right back to like any memory, and like, you know, I still have all the toys that I had when I was little and stuff like that. And I don't want to depart them because everyone has like a memory and stuff like that. But I'm trying to get rid of stuff. But how old are you, vegan zombie? How old are you, zombie vegan? If that's okay, me asking. If not, well, from West Chazzy? I don't know what that is. I am in my 40s. Damn, I ruined this one too. If you guys want ruined ones, I got them. I'm 42. I wish I had my toys. I have some Star Wars stuff. I have Voltron still in the package, the original one. The one that had lead paint that they recalled. I have G.I. Joe. I have Transformers. I love the Transformers. Do I think people should reproduce less to make more room for the animals? Well, people are animals. I don't know. It's really not my point in my say to say what other people should or shouldn't do. I know that the planet has a big population. It's going to get bigger and bigger. But who am I to tell people? I mean, if my parents didn't procreate, then I wouldn't be here. And I'm glad I'm here. You on your 40s, stop right meow, or right now, love. I am in my 40s. Tell us some of your paranormal experiences. You look 28. Thank you, you're my best friend. Let's see. What's causing the shirts to be? It's so hot. It's burning the ink into the screen, and then it's not coming out right. So that's why they're doing that. And it's a problem because I'm leaving tomorrow. Thank you for ordering the shirt. I saw all that notification. All right, let's try this again. Hopefully, I feel like they're all gonna ruin. Maybe we're gonna move on to the red. We're gonna go on to Go Vegan, because I could do this one when it cools off. Go Vegan is like the most, people buy that one the most. It is it's the Stranger Things font. So if anybody liked the Netflix series Stranger Things, which I do because I grew up in the 80s. And it captured my childhood. in a kind of like an E.T. way. By the way, E.T. is my favorite all-time movie. I have the font and it says Go Vegan. The last time I tried to stream out here, the reception was so poor I couldn't do it. I had to shut it off. Are there any non-vegan YouTubers you're a fan of? Yeah, actually, most of the stuff I watch are not vegan channels. I spend all my time, you know, making vegan content and everything, but that's not really. I don't spend my time watching other people's. I like a lot of. Oh man, I got this on my pants. I just ruined my pants. I like to watch like a lot of like filmmaking channels and stuff. Just stuff that I can learn stuff, you know, from. I don't need to learn vegan. I've lived most of my life as a vegan, so I just I make content that's vegan, and I watch other channels. Go Vegan shirt. There it is. I'm about to make one. So let's see. We'll do a medium women's cut. Let's see where it is. All right, go vegan. Looks good. Should activists film street interviews, or does filming people annoy them? Well, it's completely legal to film in the public. It's you know, if you don't want to be filmed, just walk away, I guess. The what? Oh. Got some conversations going on that I missed. Well, I remember seeing E.T. in the theater. Such an awesome. Same here. I saw it twice in the theater. I still remember where I sat, and it was back in 1983. E.T.'s such a good movie. I have a video. I go to a Scaricon usually every year, and a couple years ago, Dee Wallace was there. And if you don't know who Dee Wallace is, she's in a lot of horror movies. She's actually in a lot of Rob Zombie movies, but she was the mother in E.T. And so usually when I see like someone famous, I don't get starstruck or anything, but when I saw her, I was like, oh my God, that's Dee Wallace. I got to meet her. Like I felt like that was my movie mom, my TV mom growing up, you know, because like I related with E.T. so much. Like everything that Elliot did, I was like around the same age, and like I like Star Wars, riding my bike, Halloween, all the things from E.T. that just captured my childhood. And so when I saw when I saw D, I was like, I need to talk. And it was a 3-day Scaricon. So the first day I saw her, I'm like, oh my gosh, there she is. And I just walked by. The second day, same thing. The third day, I'm like, I have to go meet her. So there's the Go Vegan, Stranger Things, Go Vegan. So the third day, I went up, and there was a little kid talking to her, and I'm just standing there, and I'm looking at all of the pictures that are all spread out, and I'm trying to figure out which one I want. And I already knew which one I wanted. It was the one of her and E.T. And then she started talking to me. She's like, hi, how you doing? And she's so nice. She's like, if there's anything you want to ask me, anything at all, you know, like I worked with Steven Spielberg, like anything you want to ask, go ahead. And I'm like, awesome. You know, I'm thinking to myself, I got a ton of things to ask because I love Steven Spielberg and I love making movies and I love E.T. and blah, blah, blah. And my mind was blank. I had nothing to ask her. I'm just like, I'll get this one. So she's like, okay. And she signed it, you know, to Chris, be good. And, so then I said, will you be in my video real quick? And she's like, sure. And, you know, and so if you want to see that video, she says a couple things in my video at the end. And if you want to look for that video, it's how E.T. affected me or something. I think I did that because I talk about the whole experience of like the movie, what it meant to me. It was more than a movie. It was like a whole nostalgic feeling to me. It was, you know, being my favorite movie, bringing me back to that time, such a happy time in my life. And yeah. So we're on to large hoodie. Let's do it. Somebody wanted me to tell paranormal stories. Are you still on? And also, the other question is, if I do that, are there people that are going to log off? Because if that's the case, I'll wait for another video so you guys can stay on, because sometimes people don't like to hear that stuff. They get scared and no, you're right. D. Wallace is in Cujo. Okay, so catching up here. So yeah, let me know. Do you guys want me to tell a paranormal story that I told the other night, or do you want me to wait for another day? So, because if there's people that are going to log off, then I'll do it another day. So far, so good. Paul knows what I'm talking about. E.T. Also Star Wars too, right? Yeah, Star Wars. It's more of a feeling. Like I feel like you know, kids that are like, you know, probably 25 or under, they didn't live in, you know, when the first Star Wars came out, like they can love it, they can watch those movies, but they can never understand the feeling that we had back in the early 80s and like the whole like craze behind it when it first came out. Like, it's great, but it's gone. Jim is going to bed. Hey, if you guys, I understand it's late. Anybody that needs to go to bed, thank you for watching. This video will go, I will post this on my Patreon for anyone in Patreon to watch it, but it won't be live anymore in my feed. Okay, so yes, I've had experiences as well. Indy doesn't get scared. Indy doesn't get, the only thing he gets scared of is like a smoke alarm. Other than that, and ghost. You know what? If somebody comes to the door and he's like right on it, he sounds like he sounds like the meanest attack dog ever. But as soon as there's like a door shuts or there's a crack, he like tries to get up on the couch with me and he's like, oh my God, save me. And he's like, I know he sees ghosts. All right. This one came out good. I'm happy. You know what I need to do? You know, I should probably do this. I wish I had a conveyor. And then the thing will be less hot if I do this. There we go. You just watched all the Star Wars in the El Capitan's theater. That theater is in my video that I just posted like 7 hours ago. Okay, I guess I'm going to tell the story. But before that, when you just said that El Capitan Theater, I also posted a video probably a week ago. I went out with vegan black metal chef Brian, and we went to the Egyptian Theater on Hollywood Boulevard, literally right on the corner from where I was staying. I walk out of where I was staying, and it's right there. We watched, they had Hocus Pocus and Lords of Salem. We didn't stay for Lords of Salem because it was getting late, but we watched Hocus Pocus. And at the end, the David Kirshner was there, and the composer and some of the writers. They were all there to talk about it and to hear the behind the scenes of it. That was pretty awesome. Okay, so there's the Go Vegan hoodie. Came out perpendicular. Okay, I will tell you, I have a few paranormal things that I can share, and yeah, that's where we were staying, was at the Hollywood, right off of Hollywood Boulevard. Okay, so my paranormal. So I should start out by letting you know that I don't believe in ghosts. I'm very skeptical, but I'm kind of like, if anybody's an X-Files fan, I'm kind of like Fox Mulder. I want to believe, meaning I just want proof. I think it would be, I love being scared. I love things paranormal. I want there to be ghosts, but I want to believe, like, I want more concrete evidence. When people say, like, oh, I saw a ghost, or it's got to be a ghost, like, I think it's more plausible that, you know, instead of a ghost, what if it's something that we can't explain? What if it's extraterrestrial? What if it's a time traveler? What if it's a rip in the fabric of time or another dimension? Why is it a ghost? You know, maybe it's just something we can't explain, but maybe it's not a ghost. I think those things are more plausible than it being a ghost. But anyway, so if you guys were here earlier on, when I was telling the story about how I wanted to be an FBI agent, we're going right back to then. It was summer of 98 or 99. It might have been 99. And I just started college. I decided to go, me and a friend, we both wanted to be FBI. We both started school in the summer. So we started summer school classes at a community college near where I live. It was about 45-minute drive. It was July in the summer, and we had to be at class at 8 in the morning. He picked me up at 7:15. That's how long the drive was. It was a nice summer morning, 7:20 in the morning, in the back roads of like the little town that I live in outside of Syracuse, New York. Corn fields everywhere. I mean, I'm out in the country, going up winding roads, and to see like a nice morning mist coming off like the cornfield onto the street, that I'm painting the picture of what it looked like. This is what it was like. There were houses, but they were like far and few between of where we were driving. So every once in a while you'll see a house and then cornfields, trees, very windy road uphill. And we're going kind of fast because we didn't want to, I'm always very punctual. I didn't want to get in class late. And I'm like, hurry up, we got to get to class, you know? So we're cruising down. He's driving. And I feel like I got to be over closer to tell you this part. So let me get this on here first. Okay. And we're not good. So we're driving, and okay, I was young, I was like 22, and out from the cornfield, as we're going like way faster than the speed limit, this girl who had to have been like 12, 13, 14 years old runs out. She's wearing overalls, she's got long dark hair, and she runs out, and we swerve and we barely miss her. Like literally we almost hit her. We swerve and we barely miss her. And I'm thinking to myself, why is there a girl coming out of the cornfield at 7 in the morning? And everything's going through my mind like really fast. And there was something about her that I noticed that I knew wasn't right, but I didn't say anything. I just kind of like, I played it off like it was because we were going so fast in the car. And I regret this every day. I wish we stopped to see what was going on, but we didn't. We kept going. And so this is back in 1999, before the internet and everything. So for the next few days, I was looking in the paper to see if anybody was kidnapped or abducted or anything or missing, and there was nothing at all. So I'm like, okay, so after like a week, I stopped looking. There was something about her that I just never said anything. But fast forward 10 years later, I'm living in DC, I'm an investigator, and I'm hanging out in my apartment with some friends that are from up here at home, and they're telling ghost stories. Something about one of their ghost stories triggered me to think about that incident. And the first time I spoke of what I really saw was that moment. And so I told them the story that I just told you. But the thing about this girl that was undeniable, that I tried to like play in my head, oh, we're just going too fast, was that when we drove by her, she didn't have a face. Now, I'm a skeptical, and I can't explain that. I'm not making this up. She had no face. And I ended up looking up. I knew nothing about this, but at that point, I wanted to look it up even more. So I started looking up, like, why, you know, do spirits, so, and it is a thing that is, like, out there. Like, they say spirits, when they come back, they come back and they, like, can't get everything of how they were. They might be missing feet and they look like they're hovering, or maybe they're missing eyes or a mouth or an entire face or something like that. So after reading that, I was like, oh my God. So that is the most paranormal thing that I have experienced, without a doubt. I'm not making this up. I saw it. I probably wouldn't believe somebody else if they told me this, because I am skeptical, but this happened to me. And my friend that was there too, I called him. You know, this is 10 years later. I called him and I said, hey, do you remember that day we were going to school and we almost hit that girl? And he's like, yeah. I go, do you remember something weird about her? And he said the same thing. So I guess there's a story about that road. I haven't been able to find it since, but I did find it at one point. And this is back in 2008. I was looking for it. But I looked up on that road, and there was a story about somebody that got in a car accident on that road. And the thing is I knew a couple of people that have died on that road. So I don't know if anybody wants to look that up, but it's Salt Springs Road in Chittenango, New York. If anybody wants to look that up to see if there's any kind of sightings or anything on that road, be my guest, check it out. This is what happened. I would love to guest star in Supernatural. Anyway, I would love to reenact that entire experience in a video. I would love to recreate that video of what I saw. And here's the other thing. There's several ways from where I live right now to my parents' house that I can drive. I can go so many different routes, and I always take that route because I want to see it again. I want to relive that, and I want to stop the car and I want to get out. I would love to do that. I'm drunk. I'm drunk. I've never drank an alcohol in my life. Tara says, what? My friend saw a ghost that didn't have a face. It's apparently a thing. It's real. It really happens. You know, around Halloween, I told some ghost stories here at this house that I was at. I have another spooky one. It's not really a ghost story, but it's eerie. It is spooky. I want to tell you it if you guys want to stick around. I should make somebody a moderator to get rid of trolls. But I don't care. If you guys don't care, I don't care. Troll on, troll. Anyway, okay, so the other story is, okay, so this is after I lived in DC. I wanted to move back closer to home. I was still an investigator. I wanted to move back to the Syracuse area, but the closest place that there was a job opening was Rochester, which is about an hour, 15 minutes from here. So I moved to Rochester, New York. I lived in a little apartment there. And I would still come back out to Syracuse area. And my girlfriend at the time lived in, her parents lived in a neighborhood out in Syracuse. So we would go out there and visit them. And one summer, well, it was the summer of 2008 going into 2009. We went to that neighborhood, and there was a nice sofa chair out for sale in somebody's yard, and it was only 20 bucks. So I'm like, I stopped the car, and I'm like, get out and see if that's like she's like, yeah, I want to check it out. I'm like, yeah, get out and see if it's decent, let's buy it. It's only 20 bucks. So she ran over. She's like, yeah, it looks good. Let's get it. I'm like, all right. So she ran, the garage door of the house was open. So she ran through the garage and she looked out back, and there was a really old lady sitting out there. And she said, you know, hey, I want to buy that chair. And she's like, oh, sure. You know, 20 bucks. She gave her 20 bucks. And I put the chair in my truck. And we bought the chair. And then like a year later, I finally moved to Syracuse. And at first I stayed in my brother's house because he went away for, he was in the military. So he had nobody, he just bought a brand new house, and he couldn't live in it because he was going away. So I was actually the first one to live in his brand new house. And then I ended up looking for houses to buy of my own. I wanted my own house. So I found this house, and it just happened to be for sale. I looked at a ton of different houses. I found this other house, the one I'm in now, and I bought it. And coincidentally, this is the house where I bought that chair. So that chair left the house and it came back. Complete coincidence a year later. Out of all the houses in the entire Syracuse area, I ended up buying this house that I bought the chair from. I think that's pretty creepy. What's going on here? Is there just a bunch of trolls on here now? Filing for tax returns. Man, I already did my tax returns. I'm good. I'm 100%. If it's Q&A, may you ask hair products? I've used all kinds, and I'm still looking for something that I really, really like. There's this one called Niche, Niche, that works pretty good. And there's like Alba Botanicals that works with. But there's a new one that I saw at the expo. I like to use something a few times before I know if I really like it or not. And I couldn't use it. I only used it once because I had no room to bring it home when I left. Seriously, my suitcase was full. But it's called Seed Phyto, Phyto Nutrients or Phyto something. And I liked it a lot. But how do I even make somebody a moderator? Boom, 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 boom. Add moderator. Bam. Linda, I made you a moderator. If somebody is trolling, get rid of them if you want. Okay, I gotta go make another shirt while you guys are trolling. We're gonna make a medium. Cool down a little bit. I had to let it cool down, so maybe I just won't go to sleep. I'll just go right to the Veg Fest. The other thing about the house the other kind of creepy thing about the house is that is there anybody still on here that's not a troll? The vegetable cubes, I don't know. I know that Edward and Son has some. Okay, so we still got a few that are not trolls. So for those of you that care, so the other thing that I found out about the house, a few months after living here, I was down in the basement where my washer and dryer was, and behind the furnace, I saw, like, tucked away, a painting, and I pulled it out, and it's like this really old painting, probably like early 1900s, of this little boy by a chair, and like no smile on his face, but wherever you go, it looks like he's staring at you, and it's just really creepy. And I named him Jacob. So if I ever hear things in the house, I'm like, oh, Jacob's out and about. I like scary things. Anyway. Drinking Trader Joe's rice milk right now, and it's so good. I've been enjoying the Oatly. So the Oatly milk is really, the chocolate milk is really good, but I can't drink that on the Ethelson diet that I'm on. But there's two more. There's a white container and a gray container, and I've looked at all of the vegan milks, and that one and hemp one seem to be the best, because I didn't even realize it, like, but a lot of these milks have like a little bit of oil in it. I'm like, I'm not supposed to do oil or anything, or a little bit of sodium. So the Oatly and the hemp are the best of the best, and the Oatly actually tastes really good. The hemp. Did you put up the painting? I still have it. It's downstairs in my basement. I showed everybody. I show it to you guys in one of my videos. I've never had coffee either. I've never had coffee. There's a bug right here. Get that bug Never had coffee. Well, I actually, if you're just joining us, I actually wrote the Vegan Zombie, the movie. I wrote a script for it. I trademarked it with the Library of Congress, and I'm just waiting to film it when at the right time, when I have, you know, the right people, the right budget. It's actually it's pretty cool, and I'm saying that as if, you know, I would like it even if I'm not the one that wrote it. I think it's a pretty cool story. But yeah, I tackle all the questions there because a lot of people are like, how can a zombie be a vegan, and you know, but I have it all covered. I figured it all out. Steve says, stop pooping your pants. But I thought pooping your pants was the thing to do. So, come on, Steve, we all poop our pants. If peeing your pants is cool, consider me the Miles Davis. What movie's that from? Come on, somebody knows that. Do you want to do movie quotes? I'll say a movie quote and you guys guess it. Kind of like I just did. Or I'll say some of my favorite movie quotes. How about that? I've got nothing else to do except for make shirts and talk to you guys. Happy Gilmore, you got it. Bam. Went to makeup school in Hollywood called Cinema Makeup. Had a bunch of teachers, worked on many films, including 28 Days Later. That is awesome. I'm jealous. That's so cool. That's one of my favorite zombie movies too. And a lot of people say, well, they're not zombies, but hey, they're my book of zombies. And although if it was really a zombie apocalypse, I wouldn't want the rage zombies because many people would not be here. What about suit brands? I haven't had to wear a suit in so long. I gave it up after, you know, getting rid of the job. But Tastemaker makes amazing vegan shoes, really nice shoes. And I have a pair of them. They also have like a vegan belt. You ordered a belt for your husband. I got a belt from them. They're really nice. And then I'm wearing the belt I have on now. I don't know what company it's from, but I bought it when I was in Germany. I was at a Veg Fest in Germany. I did a whole tour of Germany for my book tour, and that was amazing. And we were in Solingen. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Solingen, doing a presentation at a Veg Fest, and there was a company when we were packing up across from our booth, and they had vegan belts, and I bought it, and that was like 4.5 years ago, and I love it. It's my favorite belt. That'd be cool. I'd love to do that. I have a really talented friend that used to do the makeup for the zombies and stuff, and he makes some really good things just by hand right out of his apartment. He made the Creepshow Crypt Keeper, and he brought it to the Horror Fest, and I forget his name, but the guy that does the voice for the Crypt Keeper thought it was more amazing than the actual one, and he signed it for him and stuff. Pretty cool. And then I think he got the Crypt Keeper guy to do his message on his answering machine on his phone. And I'm like, oh, I want him to do that for me. Or like at least close out my video, like, you know, that'd be cool. I should have done that. I should have done it. Good old days of Brad Pitt. Wait, what about Brad Pitt? Are we talking about... Oh, what's in the box? Yeah. What's in the box? I went to film school in Brazil. Awesome. Paul, thanks for the support, you know, buying the shirts, and thanks for joining us. Good night. I know it's late. I'm letting this cool off right now because it's a little too hot. I still have so many shirts to make. Zombie shirts. What else was I gonna say? Favorite zombie movies, maybe. I thought you were talking about World War Z when I heard the Brad Pitt. I like the movie. I have the one Go Vegan hoodie. I like that one. Fight Club, Meet Joe Black, Interview with the Vampire. That's one of my favorite movies. I could quote that movie all day. You know, that's my most watched movie. I was crazy. I'm so into vampires. I used to watch it every day when it came out in '94. Well, after I got it on VHS, I would watch it every day. 1791 was the year it happened. Times were different. And my back before cell phones, when I had a beeper, people would call me, and my beeper message was, "So, what do you do?" "I'm a vampire." Beep, beep, beep. And then beepers went out of style, and I lost the voicemail. How about this movie? Listen to them, the children of the night. What sweet music they make. Favorite all-time horror movie / love story. It was just a question, Waldo. Mr. Internet. Speaking of vamps, I have problems saying I love Buffy. I have no problem saying I love Buffy. Okay. We got that one. Dracula. Dude, Gary Oldman was best Dracula. Pretty good Dracula. What's in the box? Oh, what's in the box? I gotta edit my what's in the box. I got 2 unedited what's in the box videos that I have to post for you guys. Has anybody counted how many shirts I've made so far? Oh man, I might have ruined this one. Gary Oldman was so good in The Fifth Element. Remember him in The Professional, where he takes like the pill and he's like, He was in Batman too. You always find good products. We have some good products coming up on the What's in the Box. I just haven't got around. And the other thing is I'm trying to do it in a timeline. I got a few videos that I haven't been able to edit yet. So people that are following the timeline, it's just gonna be weird because like I have a huge beard and then I have no beard and then I have like a little beard again. So it's like, wait a minute, you just posted no beard and now you have a huge beard. It's like, I know, sorry. Do I have any eating suggestions for San Francisco? I've only been there twice. The second time, all I got there was I went to IKEA with my friend and we got the vegan meatballs because I've never had them before. But the first time I went there, I went to Gracias Madre and it was good. I liked it a lot. And I went to Millennium. Millennium was really good too. I did a video there if you want to check that out. Millennium. Vegan Zombie, just Google it if you want to see what we got. And those are the only places I went to in San Francisco. I didn't spend too much time there. I really like that city. But they all, my friend also owns a place there, which I've never been to, is Cinnaholic. They have all kinds of crazy vegan cinnamon buns. You can make your own toppings, all this crazy stuff. I was in Chicago once, and I want to go back. I went to Chicago Diner and Owen and Alchemy. Those are the only places I was at. Too much in a hurry. We were heading to Standing Rock, and I really want to go back to Chicago. I might. There's a spider over there. I might go to the Vegan Dale out there. Craig's gonna be there, and I might go and join him. I think it's June 30th. I think you can just get rid of the trolls if they don't stop. Thank you for doing that too. I don't really care about trolls, but like I feel like they're ruining other people's like feed and stuff, and it's just more stuff that I have to read that I don't really have to read. Like, get out of here, troll. Oh. You guys remember those treasure trolls with their bellies and stuff and their hair? That's what I think about whenever somebody says, "You're a troll." And I'm like, you silly little troll. Cool. I'm just picking these out. You know what? The birds are out there tweeting away. The sun's probably gonna rise soon. One more hit. I don't know if I want to ask this question, but can anybody give me the time on the East Coast? $4:35. So I got to be up at 5. I don't think this is gonna work. Maybe I could be up at 6. Maybe I can get ready in an hour. Where am I going? I am going to the Albany Veg Fest. It's about a 2-hour drive. Albany Veg Fest. If anybody else is anywhere in the area, hit up Albany Veg Fest tomorrow. It's a free admission. Albany, New York. The capital of New York. We're making shirts tonight. You're making shirts with the vegan zombie. And it's story time. Ask me whatever. While I'm online. I don't do too many lives, so I want to do more, but we're doing it. We're killing it tonight. I have a cabin 2 feet away, 2 hours away from there. Cool. New Jersey. Yeah, that's kind of away. Where in New Jersey? My friends have you know Tamerlane? It's in Montague, New Jersey. Tamerlane Farm Sanctuary. Catskills. That's cool. I used to live in New York City too. Boom, 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 boom. What else can we talk about? Oh, I ruined another hoodie. Red. What are some more stories I can tell? How did it's kind of a long story. How did the Vegan Zombie channel start, if you're taking questions? And I already answered it probably about an hour ago. But I do have a video that said, you just Google how we started the Vegan Zombie, and it's basically the same story. Have I ever met bite-sized vegan? No. Am I still eating oil-free? Yes. Must. Yes, I was just at Eat Drink Vegan less than a week ago, and I mean that all the best vegan restaurants were there, all the best vegan food, and I didn't eat any of it. What does oil do to health? Well, check out Dr. Esselstyn. There's a few people that are on this that will talk about it and give you the reasons why. I feel like I might ruin it if I put it back on. I don't know. All right. I made an executive decision not to do another hit. Good decision. Who is we? What does oil do? Who is we? What did I say? I don't know what word. In regards to what? Last week I was staying at the vegan YouTube house with 7 other vegan YouTubers. And my last few videos have been about that. And my video that I posted tonight was the last day at the vegan YouTube house. You being a pup over there? I just heard it, and so did Indy. I don't know what it is. It's probably an animal. ghost stories and then that happens. See? It's a ghost. No, it's just an animal. You know what really sucked is a few years ago, Andy didn't want to listen to me, and he ran out and got sprayed by a skunk. Right in the face. There's something out there. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Did I learn a lot from them? Yeah, I talk about it actually in the video. Actually, watch Addison's video. That's where I talk about it. So Indy decided to plop himself right in my way. And there he is. He's just, I'm gonna be right here. So you have to walk over me every time you go over to that screen printer. That's what he likes to do. The birds are definitely chirping here. You guys can hear it too. Yeah, somebody is over on the other side of that window. It's a creepy window, that's for sure. But there's really nothing on the other side. It's just like a little tree and then the neighbor's house. You guys want to go out there and see? My eyes are getting like, maybe I'm just really tired. A few more shirts. What's going on? I should have got started on this a lot sooner. Oh, these shirts are screwing up. Andy, come on, get in your bed. Go in your bed. Get in your bed. Good boy. You want to get near the window. I like to run into the face of danger, so that means I'm going to go over there. You know what is kind of scary though? I would probably be scared if I saw him. Slender Man. So it's almost 5 a.m. over here on the East Coast. Wonder if I have enough shirts. I don't think I do. See, here's the thing. People are going to come and they're going to buy all the shirts. They're going to try to buy all the shirts that I don't have. That I wish that I made. But instead I made the wrong one. But if I made a bunch of smalls, they're going to want medium. If I make a bunch of medium, they want large. So what do I do? Just go to bed? I know I saw that there's a Slender Man movie and I really hope, because I think it's a really scary thing. I hope they don't ruin it with the movie. Sleep paralysis, that's the scariest thing that has ever happened to me. I didn't tell that story. I did tell it in the podcast, in Brian's podcast the other night though. And the first time that happened, it was like, oh my God, it's real. And for people that it has never happened to, I feel like they don't really understand what you're talking about, because it is like, all I can say is like, it's not even scary, it's terror. Like, it's sheer terror. It like brought my psyche down to that of like a little kid wanting to like jump in their parents' bed with them. That's how scary it was. It was, I can't even explain it. Oh, what's going on? My phone is dying. I forgot it wasn't plugged in. There we go. Yeah, when I had sleep paralysis, I literally thought I was being possessed by like the devil or something. It was so scary. And like I said, if it never happened to me, I probably wouldn't even believe somebody if they told me that story. Like, I felt like nobody believed me when I told them about it. And I videotaped where I was after I did it, because I didn't think anybody would believe me. And it was a long time. It was like 1997 that it happened to me. Oh, that one looks good. So, scary stuff. The thing about it, like, okay, so Linda says it makes you scared to sleep. For me, like, after it happened, like, it was so scary. But then, like, I wanted it to happen again. I'm like, I want to be scared like this again. But when it happened again, like, I immediately was like, no, I don't. This is too scary. And then, like, I almost could, like, make myself go into it. It's happened to me maybe 10 times in my entire life. And it hasn't happened in probably over 10 years now. So, I don't know. But it is terrifying. So it does happen to people. So there's a documentary about it on Netflix, and I feel like people watching it, like, that it's never happened to, they probably think people are full of crap, but like, that's real. Like, the stuff that they experienced, I experienced the same stuff. Yes. There's this weird, like, it's like this invisible force going right through your chest and pulling, like it's pulling on you. And there's a weird, like, humming, like a humming ring going right through your body, right through your head, like, and it's like, I felt like there was like an entity like right above me, like just whispering, like terrifying possession. It's just crazy. It's real. It's real. Scary stuff. No, the reason why I was like, that I didn't think it was sleep paralysis is because after I like got up and was like, like, what the heck just happened? Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, when I finally got when I was like, okay, I need to lay back down. As soon as I laid back down, it immediately happened again. Like, that is what questions me whether it was sleep paralysis or not, because once you're out of it, I would assume you're out of it. And after it just happened again immediately. But that was the first time it ever happened. Twice in one time. And that was before I ever heard anything about sleep paralysis. So I legit thought I was being possessed. It's crazy how many people it's happened to. Sometimes you don't see anything, and the other people have actually seen somebody coming towards them. So what happened to me another time is when Andy, come on, get in your bed. Come on, get in your bed. Is when I lived in Florida, I was sharing an apartment with a few people, and so for me, so I don't know if anybody else does this, but if I fall asleep on my back, my eyes usually open when I'm sleeping, and people have had conversation with me and just thought that I was ignoring them because like I sleep with my eyes open, and it's bad because my eyes dry out. So I always make an effort not to sleep on my back, but I for some reason was on my back with my head like kind of turned, and there was a mirror next to my bed. So I could see myself, and I was very aware that I was sleeping and I couldn't move. And I wanted to like move or yell or say something because I could hear my roommates out in the kitchen making food with music on and talking. And I'm like, like somebody, like I'm paralyzed, I can't move, like somebody come over here. And so I finally was able to wake up out of it. And the second I woke up, there was nobody there. It was just me. There was nobody out in the kitchen. There was nobody in the apartment but me. There was no music. And that was pretty creepy. My brain did it all. So realistic. Ooh, that sounds scary. Waking up from one dream and being in another dream. Any plans to try? I would love to go back to Europe. As I mentioned earlier, I did a book tour through Germany. Maybe my brain was bored. But that was, I feel like these are not coming out good again. It's way too hot. Yeah, small, large, what else do I need here? Let's do some more medium. I am not getting any sleep tonight. I'm gonna be so tired today. I have tried controlling my dreams. I was able to control my dreams. I was able, like, I flew, so I was able to fly, which was really cool. And then another one, I was aware that I was dreaming. It's weird because in order to lucid dream like that, you really got to concentrate. You got to know that you're dreaming, but you got to like stay in the dream state, because if you don't, you'll wake up. So like I was on a basketball court, and I'm like, wait, this is my dream. I could just make the basket if I wanted to. And I was at the other end of the court, and all I did was go right over my back like that, and I made the basket. In basketball, I don't even play basketball. I know. There's no way I can go to sleep. Have I ever astral projected? I don't know. It's weird because like I bring myself back to like points of time. Like I can bring everything. I have a really good like photographic memory where I can like if somebody tells me something, I might not remember, but I can recollect like everything of how everything looked. you know, and you know where I was and every all the way from when I was like an extreme infant. And I'm not making this up. Some people don't believe it, but you know, I have these memories and they're accurate, they're true, and they've been confirmed. So I don't know if that's anything to do with it, but like bringing myself back to like points in time that I you know that I really liked. One of those what I was talking about earlier was, you know, seeing like ET and stuff like that. Yeah, when you sleep with your eyes open and so many people say, "Hey, I was talking to you and you weren't responding to me." I'm like, I was completely sleeping. I'm sorry, I didn't hear anything you said. You guys probably can't hear that, but I can. This is probably, does it tell you guys how long this? 172 minutes. That's like hours. Whew. I've been told about IMAX. I never did the IMAX thing. My cell battery is dying. Sorry if I made your batteries die for being on so long. I apologize. This is like the long, probably one of the longest. I did a 6-hour one before. So this is probably the second longest live stream I've ever done. But I feel like we're just hanging out. Like probably some of you have come and gone and stuff like that, but oh, this one. Finally, a shirt that came out perfect. Just because it's so hot over there. Go sleep with the lights on. And it's getting light out. It's getting light out there. I love scary things. I love being scared and telling scary stories and stuff. Like, I tell people, like, I am skeptical, but, like, I want to believe and stuff like that. But I would literally go anywhere that, like, the most haunted place, I would go there. I would go there. Does anybody have any haunted places I can go? I'll do it. It's... Did I ever watch the most... I did not watch that. The most haunted show in England? Is that what it was? Yeah. Honestly, I'm not concerned. I would welcome it. Am I the type of person that would explore? I'm straight edge. I've never done drugs. I wouldn't do drugs, no, but I would explore. Oh, I get it. You're talking about like hallucinogenics and stuff like that. I went to the Stanley Hotel. That was really cool. That was the inspiration for Stephen King to write The Shining. That was fun. The Museum of Fear and Wonder in Canada. I have not been to Alcatraz, but I was in San Francisco, like on the pier, looking at it. That's as close as I was. Ooh, Toronto. That's not that far from here. You guys have a Doomies now. You guys have a whole vegan like mall or something, right? In Toronto. I gotta go back to Toronto sometime. I did the Montreal Veg Fest last November. You went to Doomies a few days ago and hated it. It's like really comfort food. It's like, it'll make you sick if you eat like too much of it. What'd you get there? I've been to the original Doomies in LA. Actually, that's where we stayed, like pretty much right there, right around the corner. Go vegan. If you're just joining us, I'm printing shirts. Well, it's story time. Story time and shirts. Right? You guys having fun? I guess you wouldn't be here if you weren't. Chicken burger and fries. That's kind of like what I usually get. I get the Big Mac and one of the burgers. I get one burger and one chicken burger. But that's like, I mean, maybe once a year. I didn't even have it last time I was here, so last time I've been eating so good. It's good, but if you eat too much, you're gonna feel sick. I think Indy's really tired. He's gonna sleep all day. You gonna sleep all day when I'm gone? I still gotta clean all this stuff up. Who wants to help me? Donut Friend, best donuts in the world. I live in Toronto too? Question mark? Deodorant? Have you tried Schmidt's? Schmidt's deodorant? I've tried so many different deodorants. Infinite says good night. Good night. Thanks for watching. Schmidt's did not work after a while. Well, which one did you try? There's different ones. Lately, I've been using the charcoal one, and it's, from what I found, it's the only one, the only vegan one that's worked for me. I'm wearing it right now. Or am I? Almost out of ink over here. Looking good. You had mock chicken, but it wasn't good. It was popular. Try it. What kind of mock chicken? And how'd you cook it? Yeah, Tom's didn't work for me either. Actually, none of the vegan deodorants have ever worked for me except for Schmidt's. And I've been trying different vegan deodorants for years and years and years. Before the dinosaurs, really. Did I tell you I'm a vampire? A vegan vampire. Actually, when I came up for the concept of the vegan zombie, I actually came up with the vegan vampire and vegan werewolf first, and I'm like, no, vegan zombie, and then that sounded better. But I like vampires better than zombies. Because I would never want to be a zombie, but I'd want to be a vampire. You know, a vegan one, a vegan vampire. I'd love to make a deodorant. A lot of people make their own. Tom Cruise. But do they work? Vegans, I was going to make a vegan zombie. I still might. Hot sauce. I don't know, like a novelty item, like a hot sauce, vegan zombie, like, and also an Alfredo sauce. Nobody had an Alfredo sauce when we were thinking about doing it. And then just as we were doing it, a few months later, Victoria came out with Alfredo sauce. A vegan Alfredo sauce. But, yeah, that was years ago. We did an Alfredo video. And we liked it a lot. So we were going to we were thinking about making a sauce. That's so hot. I'm actually ready for bed now. Just when I have to wake up. Maybe I'll sleep at the Veg Fest. The thing is, if I made a hot sauce, it would probably be mild because I hate hot sauce. I mean, I hate it to be too hot. I'm not driving. I'm going with a friend. Friend's driving, hopefully. Oh, you were at my dinner party. And mine's Germany. Let me see. That was our last one. That was awesome. I was so shy back then. I probably didn't say much. But I think a local TV news came over and did like a little clip of Justin from Lotus and the Artichoke. We did like a little we did dinner parties at the different places we went to in Germany, and I think it was mine's was our last stop. That's cool. I'd like to go back someday. I didn't get to explore Germany because like we would go to the place we would you know, do the demo or whatever, and then we would immediately drive to the next place. And the only place that we got to explore was in Hamburg, and we just basically walked down to the water and then up to like some really big church, and then we got on the road and took off again. I was like a zombie there, like for real. Like I had no sleep. I didn't even know what was going on when I was in Solingen. Solingen? I can never say that one. This is gonna stick because it's so hot. Let's do it quick. Bam! I'm gonna have to cool it down again. I should have done this yesterday, but I didn't because I had just gotten home from California and I took the red eye, so I flew all night, and then I was just like, I just wanted to relax. And then I had to go get my mom, bring her home. Food was great, and it was nice meeting you guys. Well, it was nice meeting you too. And I'm glad you liked the food. Although I don't remember what we made. Did we make brownies? Did I make brownies? We made some kind of squash. I remember we had some kind of squash. Why is this disappearing? Would you move to LA? I would. I tried moving there a couple years ago. That's a big one. Yeah, I tried moving there a couple years ago, and it didn't work out. And then other things happened, and then I was back here. Wow, if you guys could feel how hot this is, holy crap. You hear those birds? They're like, Chris, you're not going to sleep. It is light out. It's light out. It's light out. The sun has come up. And this is like smoking. This is what happens to me, like as a vampire, when the sun comes up, it's like wow. What's going on? We still have 52 people on here. Everybody give it a like. Let's see if it goes up, if you haven't already. Yeah, those brownies, that's my best recipe. One of them. Those brownies are the best brownies. Yeah, maybe I should go to sleep for like half an hour. Oh, we're getting some likes. We're up to 71. Hit the thumbs up. Let's give it some more likes. Yeah, I'm gonna make this video unlisted. It's just gonna go to Patreon. But imagine like all the things we talked about. I wouldn't even know what to like title this video. Screen print, talking about paranormal, talking about how I started the channel, talking about everything. The vegan zombie. How old am I? And thanks for all of you who stayed on, like for hanging out. I know. Friday night, what's going on? Hanging out, watching me screen print, right? Every night's a Friday night here. Tara, if you need to go to sleep, then you should go to sleep. If your eyes are burning, and you're in Toronto, so you're on the East Coast. More ghost stories. Alien stories. So I didn't say anything about that because I don't want people to think I'm crazy, but I do have a good one. Shall I tell my alien story and then call it a night? That shirt came out perfect. Bam, I should make a couple more hoodies. A couple more hoodies and then I'll... Oh wait, do I not? Oh yeah, I have a couple more here. I'm gonna make a couple more. People love these. I love these. If you guys want one, hoodie. Shirt material, hoodie, all year long. Bam. What are we on? Really enjoy this. It's 10:17 in Scotland. Oh, Scott girl. That's early. Wow. You probably got up really early or haven't been to bed. Love a good alien story. Joe from Atlanta. I'm not vegan, but I love your podcast. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So this is the closest I have to an alien story. And like I said, I think aliens are more plausible than ghosts, supernatural. Although I want to believe, I do. I really do. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm saying I don't believe. But show me proof and I will believe. I'm more science than faith. Sorry. Okay, so alien. So this is an experience that I've had twice. And again, I'm a skeptic, but this goes back a very long time. Very long time. So my first recollection of this occurrence was I was a little kid. It was probably 1980 or 1981 because I lived in the house that I grew up in, and the only other place I lived before that was the house I was born in, and I lived there. I moved out of there in 1979. So I'm in my bedroom, and I was on a bunk bed. So I have a little brother. He's I have two brothers, but the other one wasn't born yet. So my other brother, he's about 2 years younger than me. Anyway, that doesn't mean anything. He was on the bottom bunk. I was on the top bunk, and I'm laying down to go to sleep, and I remember like a fond memory of like how I would feel as I was going to sleep. My bedroom door was open, and down the hallway was the living room and the dining room, and my parents were out there, and there was a little bit of light coming in. You know, I wanted the door to be open when I was going to sleep, and I could hear them talking. And the only way I can explain it is as they're talking, and I'm just, you know, nodding off, and then I can't distinguish what they're saying anymore, and it's just going like gibberish, like until I'm like sleeping. And then I'm like half awake. Like I'm half awake listening to what's going on out there. And I know there was a difference in like being asleep and being awake. I was halfway. I don't know if it was like lucid dreaming or whatever. I was very aware of what was going on. It did not seem like a dream what was going on. And what happened was I was on a metal slab, just a metal table, just a very thin metal table. I was laying there like this, completely paralyzed, and it was hovering. There was no, it was hovering. And I was in like a weird structured hallway that was kind of had like a dark grayish, purplish tint. And there were these beings that looked like doctors. They were tall, and they looked like what people describe aliens looking like. And now, remember, this is 1980, and I'm only a little kid. I've never seen an alien movie. I didn't know what they were. I've never, like, most alien movies didn't exist at that point. I don't even know, I think Close Encounters, but I had never seen any of that stuff. And so what I'm experiencing is like 4 beings that didn't look human. They were dressed like doctors, and they were walking next to me as we were hovering down the hallway. And then when we got to the end, they had this needle, and they put it in me, and I felt like half of my body was like jello, like it was like I couldn't move, but it was like falling off the table that I was on. It was just a very weird feeling. And then I was laying in bed, and this happened twice, and then it never happened again. And I was little, and I had never seen an alien movie, and I didn't know aliens. And then when I remember when the internet was very new, I was on the internet. I think I was playing Sierra Online, if anyone remembers that. And there was something on the news where this guy said he was like an alien extraterrestrial expert. And if anybody has any like stories or anything, email him. And like, I had never told anybody really about this. And I'm like, you know what? This is bothering me. I want to email this guy because nobody else would like believe me or believe this, or they'd just be like, that's just a weird dream. So I emailed him and I told him the story, and I never heard back from him again. But anyway, that's my story. Now that I'm older and I'm thinking back to it, I'm like, you know, if I just dreamt that, that's a pretty like coincidental dream to have at that age, not knowing anything about aliens, and then now seeing everything that's out there that exists, being like, wow, like I hear everybody have a story like this. This is just too coincidental. So that's my story. It's 100% true. And I don't know. I'm not saying it was an alien. I'm just saying that's my story. I felt like it looked right through me. And could read my thoughts. Your experience is really intense. Good morning from the UK. How's it going? Good morning. Good morning, everybody that just joined us. We've been up all night. Up early, 3 rescue dogs to see. Cool. Awesome. So I've told you paranormal, I've told you alien, we've talked about vegan, we've talked about my channel, we've talked about how I started the channel, we've talked about screen printing, we talked about Veg Fest. I am tired, and I have to be up. What time is it? Have you seen the movie Fire in the Sky? Yeah, I did when I was like a teenager, and I thought it was like, oh, this is like the scariest thing. I used to listen to when I was in college. I had a job as security overnight at Wegmans here, and it was fun because I would like get all my work done while I was working. I was security. I would just sit in like the store police car out in the parking lot all night long, and I would keep myself awake by either doing my work or listening to Coast to Coast AM, and that was it was the original with Art Bell, who just passed away, but. I remember Whitley Schreiber was on there, and I think, was he the Fire in the Sky or was he Communion? I think he was, I just saw something. Maybe something, now I'm either tired or that was a rat or something. I don't think there's rats in here though. And Indy's dreaming, he's like running in his sleep over here. He's doing the little dog thing. He's probably just like, shut up and let's go to sleep. You know I'm tired when I almost just put the heater over it without printing. There we go. Bam. We make all our shirts over here at the Vegan Zombie. Oh yeah, we do. I make all my shirts myself. A lot of people don't know that because I think most people have a third party make their shirts, but yeah, Whitley was Communion and Walton was Fire in the Sky. What kind of music am I listening to lately? I haven't really heard anything new. Some of the things I like though. So my all-time favorite band, I haven't really listened to them too much lately, but my all-time favorite band is The Cure from when I was a kid. I like Coheed and Cambria. I've really been listening to this song called Vampire of all things, and it's by a local band that I just really like. If I like a song like enough to like listen to it over and over and over, it's a good song. So it's by a band called Anorexic Beauty Queen, and the song is Vampire, and that's out of all their music, that's the one song I like. What else? Yancy from Sigur Rós. I like that. I like so much different music, but I haven't. See, I don't have like Spotify or anything, so there's probably a lot out there that I haven't even heard that I like. Please make that last one. I forgot what I said. The last what? The last unicorn? Listen to Hippocampus. Simple, Season, and Spectre. All the Sad Young Men. I've seen The Cure recently, and they are still amazing live. Awesome. So my all-time favorite song is Plain Song. I love it. By The Cure. No. I also like From the Edge of the Deep Green Sea and Disintegration. Disintegration, that whole album is my favorites. My brother, it was his birthday a couple weeks ago, and he got a signed album, Headed in the Door, by Mr. Robert Smith, and I'm jealous. Last shirt, please sleep a little. I don't think I'm going to be able to. What time is it? It is. It's light. Look at this. Hello, it's light out. And that guy is over there sleeping by the snowblower. I have a bed all made up for him, but he's sleeping on the concrete floor. It's 5:30. You like 6 different ways. I just used that in my my Instagram video that I did of the farm sanctuary. 6 different ways. Oh, thanks. That's good to hear, Tom. Congrats on going vegan. I got a shirt over here. I think we've gone so far. How many hours are we on? 204 minutes. Is this at the point of ridiculous now? Like, have we been on that long? I did not expect. I expected to be in bed by maybe 1 or 2, and now it's 5:30. 5:30 in the morning. Camera. I'm looking camera. Man, I'm gonna look so tired when I get there. I'm going to if you just joined, I'm going to Veg Fest in Albany, New York in like an hour. Wow. Yeah, I probably will be more tired if I actually go to sleep right now. I want to make this one. I want to make another shirt. How long is Albany? It's about a 2-hour drive. Am I going to be miserable today? Oh, I am? Yeah, you guys can go to bed. I can go to bed afterwards. You know, this is what I do. This is my job. So I can sleep in tomorrow. What do I do with a shirt if it messes up? If it's not messed up too bad, I'll put it in like a discount bin. But if it's messed up a lot, I use it as a rag. You know, because I need a rag to... Or I'll just give it to like a friend, you know, hey, you want to wear this shirt? It's a little bit messed up, and they're more than happy to take it. And believe me, I've messed up shirts. I don't think I messed any up tonight too bad, but it happens. I'm surprised you guys are still on. Is there anybody on the East Coast still on? Besides Canada? Bam. South Florida. Coral Springs. I'm not sure where that is. I used to live in Sarasota and St. Pete and Gainesville in Florida. Oh man, I still have so many shirts. I'm gonna put these away. There. There. This is my last one. And he's snoring over here. You guys can't hear him. Oh, he heard me say his name. My hand's all green. 30 minutes southwest of Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale. Isn't that in the Panhandle? Memphis. I was walking in Memphis. Walking in Memphis. Oh man, I'm tired. And thirsty. Tired and thirsty. Oh look, I still have some of these cards from when I was an investigator. Bam! I used to have to put these on people's doors. Oh, that just reminded me of a pretty scary incident I had when I had to go to someone's house. Alright, I need white and... Oh man, I forgot there was this on there. That's probably way too hot. Six hours from OKC to get here. I didn't drink any water during this, but I did drink some before I came out here. We wine and dine on empty plates and glasses. Surely you must know something. But why? Why should I know? All right, we're going to take a nap for 15 minutes and we'll be back. Have I ever been I used to be a Boy Scout, yes. Way back in the day, because I was a Cub Scout, and then I think I left right after I became a Boy Scout. And there is the last shirt of the night. Go vegan. Stranger Things. Hopefully that's a shirt for anybody that wants one. Well, what do you guys think? Time to pack up and finish the night out. All right, we have 212 minutes. I want to thank all you guys for hanging out with me while I printed my shirts tonight and for listening to my stories. And have a great night, morning, day. This will go up on the Patreon if anybody wants to see it there. So talk to you soon. Good night.